Welcome back to my vlog. Today I'm gonna talk you through my experience of launching an app on the App Store and then accidentally making it free, which ended up making my app being downloaded more than 300 times a day. I'm gonna show you what the app is about, and then I'm gonna walk you through my experience so you can do it yourself as well. So let's get into it. So, full story, I have been editing my YouTube videos for about 2 years now, and one of the things that I had a problem with is to select a frame, especially kind of like a thumbnail candidate for my YouTube video. And there's just not a really good tool anywhere that is doing that. And then being a programmer myself, also with the surge of AI coding tools, I decided to just build something on my own. So every single video is really just frames of pictures added up, right? So if you are into photography, then you know that when you're filming things, then you have frames per second. That tells you like how detailed and how smooth your video is gonna be. So you know that videos are really just frames of pictures. So it must be possible for you to grab every single frame from your video. So that's what I decided to build, and I have a web version of it, which I'll show right here. And I shared it with my friends and my family, and they found it quite interesting that they can also grab pictures from their videos. Not all of them are content creators, but you might have had this problem before as well. Maybe you had a really good video about you doing something and you really just want to grab one frame from it, so it's just an image that you can like make a post about, or to just like make it a screensaver or anything like that, right? So I don't know if you had that problem, but because I've been into the photography and the videography field, so that has been a problem. So I shared my web app with some people. Anyways, so now comes the App Store part. One day I just woke up and I thought, you know what? All the coding tools are really good now. So I already have this web app. So it already knows how the logic would flow for this to work. What if I just ask my coding agent to port everything into Swift? So Swift is the language that's used for Xcode that can be packaged to your App Store apps. So I kind of just prompt Gemini, refactor the whole code base into Swift so I can publish it onto my App Store. So still some back and forths, but even the first take was really good. I was very amazed. So I'm gonna show you a screencast of what has happened. But if you're on your laptop, you're in Xcode, you are able to create a little simulation of your phone, and you can see how the interaction would look like once you publish the app. So I have that. I also connected my iPhone to my Xcode. So once I build the code, it will be able to run on my phone for testing purposes. So even the first take, it was working. There were a couple of bugs, mostly user interaction problems, but it was really great. It was a great starting point. So I kind of kept tinkering around with it. And I would say it probably took me just about a day to fix all the bugs in the interaction, and also added a couple more functionalities, because now that is gonna be on my phone as a mobile app, then there are a couple of things that I have a little bit more liberty with. For example, previously, because it's a web app, once I port it into, well, I have to open it up within a web browser, but now that I can build it into a mobile app, I had a lot of fun creating the icon and also creating a little bit of a description to advertise the app on the App Store. So I would say the toughest part was probably not coding. It was actually to write up everything that's needed for the App Store. So first of all, in order for you to publish on the App Store, you do need to sign up for the developer program, which is a subscription. So that's $99 per year. So you have to go through that first. You need to get approved. And then once you're approved, you can start publicizing your apps. So part of the reason why I really did everything in a day was because I really wanted to get most out of my subscription for my developer program. So once you're approved, why not just start uploading your apps, right? So I spent about a couple of hours refactoring my web app into the App Store mobile app. And then I have to go through the procedure for getting an app published, meaning that I need to upload a package to the App Store Connect and also have to fill in information about the app and also set up a pricing strategy. There are also something that's a little bit more complicated for first-time app uploaders, but because I have been creating things, even if it's not an app, I've been blogging, I've been vlogging, so I have a lot of public sites that I can point to. So I already have a website that can host my privacy policy, and I also already made a demo video on my YouTube channel. So when it comes to submitting the description and the specific documentation for the app, it actually didn't take that long, but I still had to sit down for a couple of hours to make sure that I checked all the boxes. And of course, like using really concise but also enticing language to describe my app. One thing that I had a lot of fun with, and this is also the good thing about the app that I built, is I did a screen recording of how the app functions on my phone. And then there were a couple of pictures that I really like from that video. I actually used the app itself to grab some pictures so I can add them into the picture description in the App Store. But I really tried to make the app really sleek, right? So once you open it up, it's just kind of black and white. And then once you pick your videos, and it takes a minute to load. This is actually much faster on your mobile natively compared to on a web app. So that's definitely one improvement that I can already see, right? And then you have different crops for your frames, and then you can swipe left and right to select different pictures, and then you can share or you can save this on the spot. And then now this picture is saved. Okay, so I also give you a screen recording of what's happening, but that part was actually really fun for me to do. So you do need either a video or at most 10 different pictures to explain how the interaction, the journey for your app would be. That part, I actually had a lot of fun because I really enjoy showcasing the products that I built. So I also have been editing for some time, so I really appreciate being able to tie that like design and user interaction focus and then really showcase that in the description for my app. So I don't think that was a reason why I got 300 downloads in one day. So this is the funny story part. I don't know what is the right price for this app. So the web app is free. I'll give it a link for you to be able to access it if you want to test it out as well. So I had no idea what would be the good pricing model for it. Should I make it free, or should I charge a monthly fee, or should I just do a one-time fee? Honestly, wasn't quite sure. So I actually first just ended up making the price just ridiculously high. So I set it up to be $12.99 just to see if anybody would even be interested at that price point. So, spoiler alert, nobody was interested. Only the friends that I sent the test app to downloaded it. And it worked well. And then there were a couple of bugs that I already uploaded and fixed. And then one day I was thinking, hey, maybe I can make this monthly subscription. So it can be free to download, and once you like it enough, you can start paying a monthly fee. However, I was using my AI agent to set it up at a time, and it wasn't able to set up the monthly payment part. It actually only set up the free to download part, so I accidentally made my app completely free. And then the next day, I woke up. And this just blew my mind because this is my first time uploading an app to the App Store. I woke up to more than 300 downloads in a day, and the conversion rate was really high. I'll show you the actual numbers here. So I had more than 60% conversion rate for a simple app, meaning that more than half of the people, once they saw the app on the App Store, they decided to download it and give it a shot. So I'm super grateful for all the people who really trusted me and were interested in my app. And I also shared a link to the App Store for my app here, so you can also test it out. But I think this is a sign that this might be a common problem for a lot of people. And as I said, I haven't found a really good solution that looks sleek and is easy to use, so I decided to build something on my own. And now that I've had success of testing the market, I think I might keep it for free. Or what do you think? Should I make it a payable version in a week? Anyways, it's gonna be free at least for the next week, so definitely download it, check it out, send me any feedback, and I can improve. But I already have a bigger vision of where this can go, so I'm currently going through the process of getting the second app to be approved, so stay tuned on the progress there. I'll definitely give you an update once the other app is on the App Store. Overall, it has been such an encouraging experience, and I really have to thank, first of all, the advancement in AI. I studied AI in grad school, so I went to Northwestern for a machine learning and AI program, a master's degree, and I really enjoyed the curriculum, but at the time, I don't think anybody knew where machine learning or AI is going. And fast forward to, oh my God, it has been almost a decade later after my graduation. It's so amazing to see what AI is able to do. I had experienced some AI winter when everybody was talking about AI after ChatGPT came out, because AI has been around for the longest time. In a way, it's really just statistics, but in a more complicated setup. So I kind of personally experienced AI winter when everybody was talking about AI as if it's something that's just invented, something that is a panacea for everything, and people would be talking about it, not really knowing how it works. Anyways, I'm sure a lot of people have gone through that. It really just became a buzzword than an actual methodology at some point. But then I think my opinion really changed once I started experimenting with the coding capability, and being able to build something and making your concepts into something solid so fast is incredible. And I have to say, I can't wait to keep building. And it's just such an amazing feeling to be able to create something on your own and also be validated. So creating is one thing, which is already super exciting. And I want to document more of my building journey so I can showcase more and really share my passion about building with you, building and coding with you. But I also want to say it's not just the building part, it's also the validation part, knowing that the problem that you have also has been experienced by other people, and the solution that you decided to build, your vision, is accepted by other people, and it's such a good feeling. And I know $300 is not that much compared to the most popular apps, including the Gemini app and the ChatGPT app, but this is a really simple app, and I'm really glad that I started here. So now I got a taste of the whole process and a taste of some success for me as a first-time app builder. And I definitely will take you along the journey as I build more. So stay tuned. And if you are going through the journey as well of using AI to help you to build things, feel free to engage with me in the comment section. I would love to hear what you are building, and I would love to show you more about my journey. So stay tuned and keep building and keep dreaming. I'll see you next time. Bye.